With the launch of GMMK Pro, which itself is a clone of the Satisfaction 75, we have seen a massive surge of clones popping out of everywhere. From the smaller Chinese brands to the big brands like Keychron, the Key Company, everyone launched their version of GMMK Pro clone. And all of these boards have almost the same cookie cutter features. Exploded 75% layout with the knob at the top right hand side with gasket mounting. One such board is the Feker IK75V3, also known as Ball 75V3, Metaminor 75, etc. It's another budget 75% keyboard that comes with, you guessed it already, exploded 75% layout with a rotary knob, gasket mounting, ABS plastic case, polycarbonate plate, 5-pin hot swap PCB, full RGB with not-facing switch orientation, and RGB underglow. What sets it apart from the many other budget kits out there is that it has a Bluetooth 2.4 GHz wireless connectivity with a 1000 mAh battery. And all of that for as low as $48 US depending upon where you get it. Yup, it's that cheap. So why am I talking about it today? Because I want to make a cheap, Thocky, wireless 75% custom keyboard with a knob within $100 range. And I couldn't find any other better alternative than this kit. So let's begin building this kit. But before going into detail, I would like to thank Cable Mods for supporting my channel. Cable Mods has now expanded into the realm of high-quality custom keyboard cables. You can either choose from their Pro and Classic cable offerings or make your own desired custom cable from the cable configurator to match the color of your build. Get your desired custom coil cable from Cable Mods today. And the viewers from Bangladesh, don't forget that my first ever giveaway is still live. You can win a Cordura mousepad by participating in the giveaway, link in the description below. Before going on to the build, let's talk a bit more about this kit. This is a gasket mounted board and the gaskets are thick silicone strips at the various points of the top and the bottom case to keep the PCB and the plate suspended. The PCB comes with Keychron hot swap sockets, not facing switch LED and side glow LED at the bottom side for those RGB light shows. I know, you're gonna say, but there's gonna be interference in the not facing switch orientation, right? Well, that interference happens with the rotary of the cherry profile keycaps only. To avoid that, you can just use switches with longer pole stems, get switches with newer molds that don't cause interference, or avoid cherry profile keycaps altogether. These days, there are many good and affordable OEM ASA profile keycaps to choose from. The case is made of ABS plastics with option for either translucent color case or milky white colors which look similar to the CNC acrylic cases like the one I've got here. The RGB diffuses beautifully with the case, and if you are someone who loves those sweet RGB, you're gonna love it. The RGB and the PCB as a whole is programmable by the software. The stock stabilizers are plate mounted ones and mildly factory lubed. And cherry on the top, it has an 8000 mAh battery which is gonna last you for even I don't know how long in the wireless mode. So far the kit looks compelling. Let's start making our sub $100 Thocky build. Insert a prying tool in between the top and bottom case. And then, slowly, pry the top frame to detach the cases. You can see a layer of EVA case foam. Detach the JST cables. Remove the EVA foam from the back of the PCB. However, while removing that, I have seen this EVA foam leaving a residue mark on the back of the PCB, indicating the QC of the board. Next, remove the screws to remove the PCB and plate. We can see that there is another cut EVA foam between the PCB and plate. So, first thing first, get rid of that steel plate. Then, install the PC plate with the PCB. It's a bit tricky as you'll have to put standoffs manually at each screw point and then manually screw them. So, do it patiently. For the detailed PC plate installation video, I'll link the official one made by Feker down in the description and the card at the top. Then I tried the board in its stock configuration with polycarbonate plate to see whether it's usable. let's hear the stock sound test with Keychron Cap Milky V2 switches. This is gonna be the switch I will be using for this build. So it seems like it ain't usable at stock form. It sounds bland, stabilizers are rattling, the board doesn't have any flex at all. So let's try fixing them all. Firstly, with the gaskets. I removed the stock silicone strips and replaced them with the pour-on gaskets that I found from the Keychron Q1. The objective was to introduce a bit of a softness and maybe in turn a bit of a flex. Next up is the foam mod. Now, I was not happy with the EVA foam at the back of the PCB. Instead of just throwing it away, I just used some double-sided foam tape and joined the case foam and this, making a thick layer of foam inside of the case. Decided to keep the plate foam as it is. Then, the Tempest tape mod with 2 layers of masking tape. Afterwards, I took care of the stock stabilizers by wire balancing them and adding Permatex grease into the wire and Krytox 205 grade 0 onto the housing. I've already told you about the switches which I'll be using. The Keychron Cap Milky V2. Pretty cheap, Thocky sounding, smooth linear switches, costing just around 34 cents per switch. It's a PCB mounted switch with light factory loop and the newer mold to result in those desired smoothness and sound signature. You can use it in stock form or lube and film them to make it sound even deeper. If you want to know a bit more detail about those switches, I highly recommend checking the video made by Keyboard. And as for the keycaps, I will be using the GMMK Rudy Clone OEM profile double shot PVD keycaps that I got from AliExpress. With all said and done, let's see the results now. So people, there you have it. A Thocky sub $100 wireless 75% custom mechanical keyboard with a knob. Woof, that's a mouthful. And it's what I've expected for. Thocky and pleasant sounding. Although I expected a bit of a flex after replacing the gaskets, I didn't see any massive improvement in this regard. But I guess it isn't possible to achieve it at this situation. Let me know in the comment section if you have any idea to do so. Here's the breakdown for the cost of the build. The kit is around 48 USD, switches around 28 USD, and keycaps around 25 US dollar, wrapping up the total cost around 101 USD. Is this kit worth it? I mean, I assume you have all seen and heard about how the board sounds in stock. Works need to be done to tune it to perfection. I mean, it's a sub $50 kit that comes with a PC plate, unlike most of the budget kits out there, which mostly comes with a steel plate. and I haven't seen that many budget kits like this which sound great at stock. Plus, this kit takes all the marks for a great value offering as we have discussed earlier. So, is it possible to replicate similar results in other similarly priced budget kits? If you disregard the form factor, yes. There are tons of options to look forward to, like FL.GMMK, MK870, FL-esports, F12/FL680 kit, FL980 kit, Next M75, the Karo VN66 kit, and many more that also have various aftermarket plates available. This video will never end if I start talking about them, but I promise to cover them all down the line in my channel as I have all these boards at my disposal. So don't forget to sub to my channel so that you don't miss out on coverage on all these boards. So until the next time, goodbye and have a great day.